What's up everybody, welcome back to yet another video here in the cave. Today we are tying one of the best, if not the best, trout or sea trout fly in Denmark at least, and northern Germany on the coasts, and it is the mighty Grå Frede. And I mean, this fly, you need this in your box. If you need any fly the most, this would be the one. I say that a lot, but this one is really great. So before I start, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Please do consider subscribing, it really means a lot. If you're not new, you know the drill. Let's just jump down to my vise here and tie out this Grå Frede. Let's get a thread base going here. Snip off that part that you don't need. For the tail, you need some grizzly marabou. So just measure out how long you want it. Transfer that to the other hand. Tie that down, top of the hook. Leave this in here, just tie that down. All the way up here. Maybe stop a few millimeters from the hook eye so you have a little bit more room up there for a knot and all that. This is also one of those flies that's just super fast to tie. A little bit of flash in the tail. Let's make that 4 or 5 strands. And we will actually, I always say we as if you're tying at the same time, but you might not be doing that. So place these strands kind of on the top here, maybe flare them out just a little bit so it's still on the top, but also a little bit down on the sides. I hope that makes sense. And this, flip this back. And tie that in. And then just leave it there, because this we can use as a rib, instead of tying in some tinsel or whatever, which will give it a nice kind of flashy body. Not too much, but just a little bit. Then you need a hackle, grizzly hackle. Fold everything back, snip off the tip, which gives you this triangle to tie into, on, to. Make sure that's nice tight there. Up here, we want the fly to have some weight. You can of course do this unweighted, but the original one had some bead chain eyes. So let's get some of those in. What I like to do is to kind of hold them between my fingers like this. So now that's on my thread, you can see it here, and then just do like this. And that way I don't have to fill around with it too much, and also I get a nice little thread base. Make sure you go under the eyes like this. And if you're wondering if the fly will ride with the hook point up because the eyes are on top of the hook, it won't, because there's so much more weight here, and these are a size small, and that's not nearly enough to flip this over in the water. So This will act as a keel. The eyes here will give the fly a little bit of a jigging movement, also not super much because they are so small, but it will make it go like this in the water, which is really nice for a pattern like this. For the body, I will be using some grizzly marabou that I've cut into small pieces and make it into a very nice buggy looking dubbing. It does make a mess, so if you don't like that, you can use just any gray dubbing you might have. This just looks so good when it gets brushed out. It does soak a little bit of water compared to synthetic dubbing, so this fly will also get a little bit of weight because of that. See if you can get a nice little tapered body going there. Maybe a little bit more. Go. That, if you heard that, was my airbrush. Let's get this hackle up through that marabou body there. Open turns. Pull everything back a little bit for every turn. Right up behind the eyes, catch that feather, a few turns in front and behind it. Oh no, that's nice, secured. Cut that off, give it a few more turns here, just want it to be nice and tight there. So now you take these flash strands and kind of twist them between your fingers, and then just, whoa, stop it. That first turn is always so annoying. So counter wrap this. Up through the hackle and stop up here in front, or not in front, behind the eyes. Make sure you have it under control before you cut it off, otherwise the whole fly will just unravel. Like that. I need a little bit more of the marabou dubbing. So what I do is I just take a feather and pluck the dubbing, or it's not dubbing, but plug out the fibers like that. And just get them in like this. bit more. There we go. I'm actually not sure if that's enough for me there. It's a good idea to tie up a few if you're doing it like this, because you will make a mess of your desk. And forget about tying outside with this, it'll just fly away. You can of course just tell your wife that a cat brought in a bird. That might work. So let's get a whip finish in here. Nice and tight. And here you can really see why this fly is so good. Last step is just to brush out some of that dubbing and any trapped hackle fibers here. And when this fly gets wet, it really gets that nice transparency to it. It kind of has this little, it kind of looks like a small translucent halo, actually. And that there is one finished Grå Frede. You just need a little bit of varnish. Get that onto the nut there, so this fly will be nice and durable. This is the finished fly. Very simple, but very, very, very deadly. I'm not even kidding. So go ahead and try that out. You can of course switch out colors and do stuff with it that you want. Put in some different colored eyes or leave them out. That is entirely up to you. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Please do check out some of the links to the music, to the merch, to my book and Instagram account if you're active over there. That's it for today. I will see you in the next one.